Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you an update on this starter CV I've been building for this month's Anvil challenge. And a lot got done to it since the last time I showed it. I was basically kind of prototyping things last time and trying different ideas and trying to get to a certain level of specs um, on it. And let me just show you what's been done, and I also want to talk about the solar panels as well. So in the last video, one of the first things I wanted to do is to fit 2 more turrets on here, and I figured this would be a nice location, so I had to rebuild kind of the rear thruster housings for that so I could get the turret up there, and I did a little bit of hull work on the top side as well to get everything to fit. But this also gave me a little more room for things, like you can add in another 4 forward thrusters on here very easily, or even pull out the whole grouping and put in a single large thruster per side. You'd have to probably get rid of some of this trim around here I was just kind of playing around with, but that would work. I also fit in one of the down thrusters over in this location. I did double up the strafing thrusters on here as well, so now it has 4 medium strafing thrusters per side. I did double up the reverse thrusters on here as well, so it's got 4 of those. And then I modified the drill setup quite a lot, where it can hold 6 drills now, and then it has a spotlight in the middle, kind of right below where you'd be piloting the creation at. And let's see what else was done. Just a lot of miscellaneous block work throughout the ship. Now, I'm not sold necessarily on this weird block formation back here. I was misguidedly thinking that I could fit a long-range radar there, and that is the one part I'm really struggling to find a home for right now. And I figured I could hang a long-range radar down from here, but first of all, yeah, these are thin blocks, and you pretty much have to start the long-range radar at this surface, and it's actually 2 blocks tall, so it literally hangs down in front of the middle of the hangar door, which I didn't like that. So yeah, I'll have to figure something else out with that. I think it would be a really nice feature to have on the ship, though, if you were going to turn it into a miner, which is probably going to need a couple extra generators, 6 mining drills, at least an improved core added into the ship to do that. At least an improved core, maybe 2. I don't know yet. And then, of course, I think you'd also want a long-range radar in the mix. Obviously, you could put the long-range radar just somewhere on the back here or something like that. It just kind of interferes with the landing pad a little bit. So it's not the end of the world, though. But that is where it's at right now. So something I asked about in the last video was talking about the solar panels and the hull material. So a lot of people said, yeah, carbon's fine for this, especially if it's going to have a shield. So I'm cool with that. As in solar, now solar panels on CVs are going away in Reforged Eden 2 whenever that comes out. I'll be using this ship more than likely in this upcoming playthrough. So this will probably be something I'll want to spawn in, one of my earlier creations to spawn in to use in game. And it would be nice to have solar panels. And the whole reason for that is how the game operates when you're playing on a server. Essentially, what I'm worried about is the farming. It has, potential for 54 grow plots. If everything's hunky dory and you got fuel in your ship and you get your thrusters off and all that fun stuff, and you pack it up for the night and you come back 2-3 days later to play some more. More than likely, all your plants are going to be dead. Your ship's going to be out of power and burn through all its fuel, and you're just going to be in a pickle. And that is the thing I don't like, and that's why I wanted to have solar on here, or something that could just keep the grow lights and the ventilator operating indefinitely when you're not online. If you're just playing single player, it's not a thing because the world stops when you're not playing. But on a server, it doesn't. It keeps going. And that is the big problem. So for the majority of people said, leave the solar panels off. And I'm actually pretty cool with that, believe it or not. I really am pretty cool with that. I may want solar panels on the ship in my playthrough, though, for that very reason I was just explaining with the grow plots. It's the only reason, honestly. So what I'm thinking about doing is to do a bit of a compromise. Essentially, with the hull blocks in here, when I get around to doing up the interior and stuff, I can try to leave like some kind of markings or some kind of block work or something to indicate where a solar panel would go, but not have it like stick out at you like it looks horrible or something like that. And then if a player wants to, they could remove some hull blocks here and put in an airtight solar panel in these designated locations, which would probably be a few across the top of the ship and maybe a few more on the bottom, kind of below the hangar area. So that could be done, and I'm thinking I might go that route. And this way, I could leave all the solar panels off stock. Keep well, I don't know if it will be compatible with Reforged Eden 2 or not, but you know, it'll be less that would have to be dealt with if you try to switch it over. So that is my thinking on it. So hopefully it could keep everybody happy. And again, I didn't really want to. I think the solar panels would look really ugly on here, but you know, it's about function. It's not really about the looks. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping that would be a good compromise, and then it'd be pretty easy to add the solar panels in. You would have to remove blocks from the hull to do it, but if they're kind of indicated where you do that at, everything would come out right, and it should be a pretty quick and easy job to do to add in, I don't know, 10, 12 solar panels or something like that to this. I don't exactly know how many I'd fit in there yet, but somewhere around that range, I'm guessing. So spec-wise, first thing, let me remove the drills, because these are not part of the initial specifications here. So I'll get rid of all 6 of these drills. And then right now, CPU-wise, with the drills gone, it's using 386K out of 400K. So 1 basic CPU core in here. Stat-wise, it's doing 36 forward, 36 strafing, 72 lift, 36 reverse, 15 down. Has a 4-hour and 37-minute build time. This is going to fluctuate a little bit. One other issue I've got, it has to do with the shield. The unlock level is 15 on the ship. It's a little higher than I would like it to be for a starter. And the reason for that is the shield. It's got a full-size standard shield in here, down in this area here. And I really kind of want it to be there stock. I really do, because the ship's made of carbon. And it scares me because it's made of carbon. I mean, literally, it does not take much. It's a very weak hull. And if you don't have a shield, that would really suck. You know, you fly by a drone or a little drone swarm, or fly over a POI on the ground and get a couple hits on you. They're going to pulverize parts of your ship, probably, you know, blow holes to the hull or whatever. And that would really, really suck. So I kind of really want to keep that shield in there. The alternative would be to use the Reforged Eden smaller shield, which is a little less CPU and less shield hit points as well. But there's no reason that this can't be compatible with both Reforged Eden and Vanilla. I'm not using anything special on it, part-wise. So I didn't really want to use that Reforged Eden specific shield on here either, even though that does have an unlock level of 12 rather than 15. So it would be an alternative. It would work, but it would force it to have, you know, not be compatible with Vanilla for that little reason. And I don't really like that idea of it either. So I'm kind of, what I'm thinking right now is to kind of keep the shield, have it. I know it's a starter, and a lot of people might look at a starter as unlock level 15 as kind of high for a starter creation. But, you know, I wouldn't really want to use it without the shield, though. It'd make me too nervous. I'd be like freaking out all the time every time I heard a noise. Be like, oh my God, something's going to kill me. And it probably would. You know, it's without that shield. You're asking for it, you know, you really are. With the shield, you can do a lot of things. You can get away. You can, you know, only take a few hits and not lose your shield and not take any damage out of the whatever weird thing might happen. And things happen in these kind of survival games, so you can't really anticipate everything. But that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Also, with the thrusters, I might remove some of the thrusters that I did add in here, but leave placeholders to put them back in there. And it's part of balancing the CPU. I know if you look at it right now, it's working within CPU, but what I'm lacking right now, this is a standard constructor. I wanted to have this come stock with two advanced constructors, probably on one side over here. And that's going to take a little bit more CPU, so I'll probably have to cut a couple of those medium thrusters somewhere, whether I take a couple out of the front or maybe one or some out of the sides. The ship can still work without them. So, and that's how it was shown last time I showed the ship as well. It didn't have those extra thrusters in there anyway. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Overall, it's a little bit smaller than the Wayfarer. Not by a huge lot, but a little smaller. It actually has quite a lot more storage capacity, more places for constructors, a larger farm, and can do mining. So it's got a lot of advantages over the Wayfarer as well. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited to try it out. Now I've got to paint the whole thing and do up the interior, but this is a fairly small build. The interior is kind of already sort of there and in place. I just got to make it look pretty, basically, and fit some more generators. Now, if you are going to do mining with this, and I might do that in game as well, I'm sure it's going to need at least an improved core added, maybe two. I don't know exactly, and it's also probably going to need a couple more generators. So I'll be sure to make sure it has more locations to add some generators in here as well. One possible location, actually, I don't know how that would look, but I could put like a little some kind of block here, and you could fit a generator right across the window up here. I put in these windows because I had the front windows, and I thought it would look kind of neat to have something line up with the back windows. But when I first did it, the windows, it only fit 3 windows here. And then I ended up chopping the ship in half and making it 1 block longer so I could fit that 4th window on both sides. But that actually made the hangar 1 block bigger as well, which it could use as many blocks bigger as it can. So yeah, having a little bit more room in the hangar. It's still not a real big hangar at all, but a little bit more space is always welcome. So yeah, so the ship is actually like a block longer than it used to be as well. So other than that, I just kind of want to show you where I'm at with it and tell you what my plan is with the solar panel, and probably it's unlock level, I mean, probably 15. And I feel kind of bad about that. I really kind of wanted this to be 10 or 12, but the shield is the big hang up there. I just, there's no option to put in a unlock level 10 or 12 shield. There's just not an option. And a carbon substrate ship without a shield you're just asking for it. You really are. If you want to have not a very fun time in your playthrough, do that, and hopefully you get lucky and avoid anything. But if you don't, you warp somewhere and instantly start getting attacked by something, well, sorry, might want to restart playing the game again. So anyway, that's all I've got for today. Let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you later.